Today we'll continue reading The 7 Great Lies of Network Marketing by Ann Sieg. Get you a free copy at the link below. We are on chapter 2, or rather, lie number 2. Lie number 2. This really isn't sales. We just share products with people. It's not selling, it's sharing. Doesn't that just give you warm fuzzies inside? This untruth also has a distant cousin, which often takes the form of gibberish like this. Your family and friends should buy from you just because you're you. I mean, why would they give their business to some large corporation when they could give it to a close friend or relative? It's called keeping your money in close circles. People 100 years ago used to do it. More about this in a minute. First, let's talk about the severe ramifications this whole idea of sharing has for people who are just getting started. Here are the 2 major side effects of this lie. Side effect number 1, there's a huge deficiency of proper sales training because if it's not sales, then there's no need for sales skills. As a result, people are thrown to the wolves totally unprepared to retail their products and their opportunity. Side effect number 2, people are set up for failure because they're given false expectations about how easy this is going to be. False expectations about how easy this is going to be. Labeling this whole business as sharing makes it sound like child's play. New distributors are given the impression they're doing one thing when in fact it's something else entirely. They think this is going to be a cakewalk, and when they find out it's not, they aren't too likely to stick around. When people are fed the idea that it's simply a matter of sharing, they're in for a very harsh reality check. They go out and eagerly share their incredible product with all their family members, only to be sorely disappointed when they're shot down. Then they're baffled as to why it didn't work for them. Excuse me. One of the main reasons people tell this lie is because they don't want to scare new prospects away. They want people to get this nice, cozy feeling that all we're doing is telling the rest of the world about our wonderful product, and people will be so swept away by our enthusiasm that they'll automatically buy. After all, it's common knowledge that most people hate sales. So uplines and sponsors will beat around the bush and basically sugarcoat this inconvenient and uncomfortable fact, which is if you are in network marketing, you are in sales. Understand this. Anytime you're asking another person to give you money in exchange for something, you're talking about sales. Selling is not sharing, and sharing is not selling. We've all heard it before. Word of mouth is the most powerful form of advertising there is, right? Right. What do you do when you see an incredible movie at the theater? You tell your friends how awesome it was, how gripping the plot was, how engaging the actors were, blah, 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 that good stuff. And that they absolutely have to go see it. Same with eating out at a great restaurant or picking up your favorite artist's new CD. People will be very likely to go spend money on these things after hearing a glowing report from you, their trusted friend. Your personal... Well, here's where the stick gets stuck into the spokes, though. Your personal recommendation for all that stuff is so powerful because you have nothing to gain by selling them to your friends. As soon as you throw a financial interest into the mix, everything changes, both for you and for them. For starters, you're not as comfortable. You don't feel as natural as you did with something that you don't make money off of. Now you're forcing it, and as a result, it just doesn't flow the same. It's also different for them because they know you're making money from the deal. It's no longer an unbiased third-party opinion. People can smell an incentivized referral from a mile away. The whole dynamics of it has changed. So the fact is, in network marketing, you have now crossed over from the world of personal recommendation to the realm of direct sales. Don't let anyone tell you they're the same, because they're not. Once you get this, you'll understand that you do indeed need to learn effective sales skills. It isn't enough to just recommend your products to people you know. I'm going to yell this. Just because someone is your friend does not constitute a good enough reason for them to buy from you. It's their hard-earned money we're talking about here. And now you need to give them real, solid, and compelling reasons to buy your product instead of all the similar ones that are out there. There's a story I have to tell you that illustrates the whole issue very well. My son has been involved with a few MLM companies throughout the years. He was actually even my sponsor at one point. Figures. One of his upline mentors in his very first company used to give people this analogy to explain to them how to retail the products. He said that if he were to open up a McDonald's franchise, he would darn well expect all his family and friends to eat at his McDonald's rather than any other fast food joint in town. So therefore, just the same, all your family and friends should just buy your products instead of going somewhere else. Well, isn't that nice? What if your brother lives 40 minutes away from your McDonald's and he's got a Burger King that's 3 minutes away? Is he still expected to drive all the way over to your business every time he wants a burger and fries? Or what if he doesn't even like McDonald's? What if he doesn't like fast food at all? What if your brother doesn't even like you? See where I'm going with this? Just because someone is your friend or relative does not mean that they will or should spend their money with you. Yes, your warm market is an excellent way to go for retail customers, but just as you would need to give a stranger strong enough reasons to buy your product, you need to do the same with your friends and family. You can't expect them to buy from you. You know, there are families who will give each other their business no matter what. No matter how inconvenient it may be, regardless of whether they even like the product or not, they support each other in all their endeavors. If your family is like that, great. But mine sure isn't. Neither's mine. And the reality is, a lot of people's families aren't like that. So what it comes down to is this. Learning effective sales techniques is mandatory for success. You have to understand the sales process and what really motivates people. For starters, know that when it comes to selling, and therefore network marketing, far too much attention is paid to the product and far too little attention is paid to the person doing the buying. Because there's one thing and one thing only that's on your prospect's mind. What's in it for me? And the successful salesperson is not the one who knows their product inside and out and can talk the other person's ear off. It's the one who can best make the connection between their prospect's true desires and how their product or service will fulfill those desires. Simply getting excited and telling someone about your product is not enough to consistently bring in sales. That's one of the things that I have recently learned and now teach, that when it comes to selling, not enough attention is paid to the person who does the buying, and that's where empathy and intuition comes in, as Dave Blanchard teaches and Og Mandino teaches, and I am spreading the word as well. I hope you enjoyed lie number 2 of the 7 Great Lies of Network Marketing. Get your copy below. Please subscribe to this channel. It's updated daily. And check out the blog, HeartenUsMaximus. We have a cool community going on. Lots of good stuff there. See you in the next episode.